Good morning, everybody. This is Matthew Charles Cardinale, Citizen Advocate, CEO of State and Municipal Action for Results Today. First of all, and foremost, I want to start by saying that last week we had an emergency involving one of the homeless people that we work with. It was one of those things where time was of the essence, and so I picked up the phone and called the county. And I want you to know that Liz Smith Curry, the chair's policy advisor, dropped what she was doing also and made sure that we got connected with appropriate resources and referrals. I'm being vague about what referrals for a reason, but the point is that when it came to needing help for a homeless person, and I didn't know where to turn based on the situation, so you all came through, and thank you. Now, 2 weeks ago, I threatened to take you all to court for declaratory judgment over what I described as your hijacking of the CIC. I am delighted to learn that the chair's office has deemed my nomination packet complete. And so I hope that this board will move forward expeditiously on that. But with that context, I just want to point out that I had to be classy enough to call you anyway and say, we need help right now for someone. And you all were classy enough to say, okay. Barb can tell you, when I sued the city of Atlanta in 2010 with no attorney, it was like a 3-year Cold War. Only when the Georgia Supreme Court ruled in my favor, banning secret councils from taking secret votes across the state, did we get to be friends again. So I think we're setting a good example. I should be able to petition my legislative government for a redress of grievances at the same time that I petition judicial government for a redress of grievances. As you know, the empowerment of average citizens is important to me, especially low-income and homeless people. What I've come to realize is that advocacy for the empowerment of people to demand the enactment of policy is just one component of the access to democracy issues that we need to be concerned about. There are 3 branches of government: legislative, executive, and judicial, with separate exclusive powers. I think in our society, when there's such an inequity of democratic participation in the creation of public policy, that's what we talk about a lot, also its implementation, but there's a great inequity in the access to our courts. People tend to gasp like, oh my God, a citizen has threatened to take a government to court. You know, how extreme. When really for me, it is about availing ourselves of all of our branches of government and all the remedies that are offered by the best form of government that there is in the world. So with that said, I'm just really hopeful that we will be able to move forward on the pending appointments, and particularly the ones that have been deemed complete. Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning. My name is Barbara Payne. I am a board member and treasurer for SMART ALEC, along with Mr. Cardinale. I'm apologizing for not being here on a regular basis. I was abroad working on a program, Vietnam Organ Initiative, stamped by Governor Brown, that is spearheaded through Portland State. So now I'm back. It's a new fiscal year. It's a new school year, and all kinds of fun things to talk about. I wanted to briefly also thank y'all for the work that you're doing when it comes to the homelessness issue. We have thousands of homeless folks in Multnomah County, and I think after listening to the testimonies of some of our folks here today, I think there's a theme going on, and the theme is that everybody's complaining about Portland. So I guess the issue is, as I said a few months ago, looking for leadership from the county when it comes to the homelessness issue. With thousands and thousands of people, it's really just hard to even think about, especially as a woman, especially seeing homeless women on the street, wondering what today is going to be like for them, wondering what tonight was going to be like for them, knowing that they're alone with no one to help them. It's something that actually keeps me up at night. And as I was making my way through Gateway a week or so ago, watching the sweep, which is defined as removing litter or dirt away, watching homeless folk try to pull their carts across the MAX tracks to find a different place to spend the night. They couldn't get them across the MAX tracks. It was a full-blown effort by the entire transit community to help. It rang clear that, here we are, the summer is over, the nasty weather is here, and we still don't have any kind of programs coming out of the city, which is not surprising considering what we've seen lately. But it is sort of surprising not seeing it come out of the county. There's some incredible leaders within this commission, and I really feel like that the county has a unique opportunity, seeing as how cities across the country have signed on and are now implementing the impact statements that SMART ALEC has presented to you with a simple assessment of surplus properties for those in need. And I really feel like for those leaving, this could be a legacy. For those sticking around, you continue to push this issue and be the first county in the country to make a program that's real, feasible, workable, and agreeable to all that are in need, and to the neighboring communities that also would be able to reach out to help these folks. So I implore you to consider what Mr. Cardinale has said to you over the last few months in public testimony, and what he has offered, which is that assessment showing you what your surplus property need is, so we can get these folks in a shelter. So, I mean, think about when you walk out today and how inconvenient it's going to be when your head gets wet because you didn't put your hood up in time, or you didn't put your umbrella up in time. This is a real situation for folks, and I think the sooner the better, and I really, really hope there's some movement before the end of the year. Thank you very much.
Thank you.